U.S., Egypt, and Qatar try to rescue ceasefire talks. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza just gets worse and worse. Our next guest is in Gaza right now. That's a rare view. We don't often get that view from outsiders. Deepmala Mahla is the Chief Humanitarian Officer for CARE. It's good to have you on. We appreciate the risk you're taking there. We know it's extremely dangerous territory. We rarely get a look inside Gaza. Can you tell us what you've been seeing?
Thank you, Jim. What I have been seeing is unimaginable levels of suffering, pain, disease, hunger, piles and piles of rubbish because there is no garbage system, empty hospitals, people walking all the time because of the evacuation orders. It seems that almost all of Gaza is reduced to rubble. And even in the rubble, in those dangerous conditions, some people are still living. I mean, those buildings and walls could fall anytime, but people are saying this is better than living in a tent. And I have been to many of these tents, 10, 15 kilometers across the coastline. Desperate people have just put in tents without poles, plastic tarpaulin or cloth. It's so hot, over 40 degrees, on beach sand. And just next to the tent is sewage, open garbage, and the desperation which you see in people's eyes and faces. I've seen war zones as a humanitarian. We have delivered aid in many difficult contexts, but I had never imagined I will see suffering to this level. You see children with so much skin infection and pregnant women. There's so much imagery, Jim, which I don't think I'll ever be able to forget. The other day, there was this woman sitting in the hot sun under the sand alone with a little baby and just crying and crying and crying. And when we asked her what happened, she said she's been evacuated the seventh time now. She doesn't know where to go. It's colossal humanitarian needs. We are trying our best, but it's a drop in the ocean because the supply chain is broken and we do not have humanitarian access.
Just 2 weeks ago, the Israeli Prime Minister came here to Washington, and before Congress, he blamed Hamas entirely for the shortage of food and aid getting in, accepted no responsibility on the part of Israel and the IDF. Is that an accurate portrayal of the reality on the ground?
As a humanitarian, as an organization which deals in supplies and distributions, along with many others, what we can say that bringing supplies is hugely complicated because there's a lot of bureaucracy. There is a dual use list according to which many items are not allowed, but it is also often open to interpretation. There is informal instruction given to humanitarians that we cannot bring this. For example, things like toilet paper, soap, shampoo, shower gel, these are in short supply because there is too much restriction. We know of many examples where the entire humanitarian convoy has not been allowed because it had some small medical equipment like a scissor. So this is a situation which definitely can be improved, but it is very, very difficult. And CARE, my organization, we've set up a clinic, but we are so short of supplies in the lab, consumables, medicines, because of the restrictions which have been brought in. And bearing in mind, only one border crossing is open. Karim Shalom, yes, North Erez boarding, some little aid is trickling in. We have many land border crossings and they can be opened, but they are not open. So just pretty much one functional crossing with so many restrictions, supplies are in huge shortage, which hampers us to be able to scale up our humanitarian response.
As you know, aid workers themselves have been targets, well, they've certainly paid the price for their presence there. It's been a number of weeks since several World Central Kitchen staffers were killed. Has the IDF made any changes to make it safer for aid workers to operate inside Gaza since that attack? They promised to do exactly that.
We have a system which is called the Humanitarian Notification System, in which we can inform about our locations, about our movements, so that humanitarians can be deconflicted. But the system is not perfect, and still there are examples about humanitarians being targeted. So some progress has been made, but given the scale and given the complexity, definitely there's an urgent need to protect aid workers, and also the aid workers themselves are affected. I don't know a single humanitarian worker who is not dealing with personal loss as well as
Yeah.
displacement. I met some of my colleagues today. One of them took a donkey cart for 90-minute journey to reach the office, which could have been a 5-minute drive. I was in a displacement site the other day with my colleagues. Unlivable conditions, pretty much unlivable conditions.
Mm.
And my colleague who's in charge of sanitation was showing me around, and then he stopped near a tent and he said, I live here with my extended family, 12 or 13 people. So definitely the conditions have to be improved for aid workers, because, Jim, aid by definition cannot be delivered without aid workers.
Yeah.
We are bleeding 1,000 cuts.
Mm. Well, listen, Deepmala, we appreciate the work you're doing there, and we hope you and your team remain safe. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.